Begin this hour in Utah, where defendant Kouri Richins is accused of killing her husband, Eric. Prosecutors say the motive was millions of dollars in insurance money. Her defense says that she's being framed by her in-laws. As we wait for testimony to resume, we have some unaired testimony from day one, including questionable body camera video of this defendant after hearing her husband had died.
What's your first name? What's your first name? Yeah, let me talk to you out here for a second. Let them do their work in there. So what happened today?
He was just fine. We were fine.
When you say we were fine, what time did you see him when he was alert?
We had a drink together at 9 to celebrate something at work tomorrow.
Okay.
We went to bed. I went to bed with my kids. He went to bed in our bed.
What time did you guys go to bed?
9:30.
9:30? Okay.
9:45.
And then what alerted you to him today, right now?
Yeah, when I just woke up. When I sleep with my kids, I'll wake up and I go back in my own bed.
Mm-hmm.
I just crawled over on his side.
And he was laying in bed? Okay.
He was on his back on the bed, and
Okay. And he was on, you said he was on his back? Okay. Where are your children now?
to sleep in that room. 2 are awake with their ear to the door. I don't want them to come out. Please don't make them come out.
Where are the other 2 at that are awake?
No, hallway bedroom.
And where's that at?
Who's there? First one to your left.
Okay. Is there any family members we can call right now?
Yeah, I need to call my mom. I need to call my mom so bad.
Okay.
I don't know. 911's still on the phone. I don't know.
Here. Okay.
I call my mom.
Yep. I'll give you a phone right now, okay?
I need to call his dad. He's gonna be okay, right? Like I got in bed and then I just got.
Yeah, they're doing their best, okay, ma'am? Here, you can use my phone.
Mom? Mom? Mom?
Yeah?
Go to my house. Go to my house.
What's going on?
I don't know. Something's wrong with Eric. The police came after us here. It's like, I don't know what's happening. He wasn't breathing. I don't know.
Who?
Eric.
Where's he at?
My house. Can you go away?
I'm on my way.
I think my partner found your phone. Is this it right here? Does he have any medical conditions or anything like that?
He has Lyme's disease.
Lyme's disease?
Nothing major, like,
Okay. So no heart problems or anything like that?
no, he just said his chest was hurting when he went to bed, but that's, not, if he doesn't drink enough water, when he gets on the bike downstairs, I don't know, it didn't make sense. And then he just said he was really tired because he got his allergy shots yesterday morning.
Okay.
With my son, they go much together.
And then when did you discover him? What time?
I got my phone. It's maybe 3.
About 3.
3:15.
Did you immediately call the 911?
Yeah, well, I got up and, as soon as I turned over and he was cold,
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like something was wrong. So, I just put the blanket on it because I just thought rehearsal. So I just, and then I sat there for a minute and I just didn't feel like it's like breathing or anything. And so I took my hand.
Okay.
Eric, and he just felt so heavy. So
Any COVID or anything like that?
we all just got over COVID.
Okay.
We all positive
And when was that?
a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, so not recently.
Well, he just had a negative test. So I was the last positive, and then he had it. So his last negative test was a week ago.
Okay. Hey, ma'am, what's your name?
Kouri.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Richins. Kouri.
With a C?
No. Kouri. Gummy before he goes to bed. It didn't seem like you did though.
It's like a gummy, as in like a THC gummy? Okay. And who's his primary care physician?
Herb Lovely in person.
Who?
Herb Lovely.
How do you spell it? How's
P-L-E-Y.
L-E-P-L-E-Y? When was he last seen?
Just a physical, like, and everything was fine.
When was that?
6 months, maybe.
Family members are becoming his dad, her mom, family are becoming kids are in that door. There's 2 kids that are awake that are in that door. Here's something to the left.
There's plenty more to show you. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Let's bring in my guest here to discuss, though. Attorney and former prosecutor Randolph Rice. All right, what do you make of this, Randolph? What was your initial thoughts? She's sitting cross-legged at this point in time of the video that goes on and on and on. She's rocking. She's not really showing her face. She's wearing that child's onesie. What do you make of it?
Well, good morning, Matt. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to unpack here, and I actually took some notes here. I mean, the first one was the fact that her kids are right there and she is not comforting them. That is a red flag. Why are you 2 of them are awake, one's still asleep. Why is she not over there taking care of those kids, comforting those kids, making sure that they're not hearing what's going on? She certainly is inserting all these theories that's gummies and that he had his allergy shot and that we just got off of COVID. So she's starting to plant some seeds that something else caused this.
Well, it's not Kouri the author, it's Kouri the investigator. She's solving the case for these investigators that are there on the scene. Randolph?
That's what she seems to be doing, right? Now look, we are not body language experts, and I will agree, there's probably different ways to react to everything, but this just seems off. Again, she keeps referring to them as these are my kids, not our kids. And that one is a bit strange because mothers usually have that instinct to protect their children.
Yeah, and maybe we're using my because maybe, again, she's cloaked with the presumption of innocence, but maybe there's going to be a conviction. I don't know. We do have to pause the conversation there. Coming up, more unaired testimony in the Kouri Richins case. This is Court TV Live, your front row seat to justice.
When you discovered him, was he on the bed? Yes.
He was just laying on his side like normal.
Okay.
I just thought he was cold. It was cold in there, so I put the blanket on him.
Yeah.
But his body just felt like heavy.
Tonight on Court TV.
I'm Vinny Politan. Welcome to Closing Arguments. We have a big hour ahead here.
Your deplorable actions are unforgivable.
The community still doesn't know how this Boston police officer died.
He can't prove one element of his case.
It was a dramatic day, a dramatic moment inside the courtroom.
What's happening here?
It's unreal. Let me show you exactly what happened.
Closing Arguments with Vinny Politan. Tonight at 8/7 Central. Only on Court TV.
Today is day 2 of testimony in the Kouri Richins trial. The children's book author accused of poisoning and killing her husband, Eric, with fentanyl. Testimony resumes next hour, but first, we have some of that unaired footage from yesterday, including more of that body camera video.
I think that was master bedroom. Or the master bedroom. So basically she said went to bed at 9:30. She slept with the kids because then she goes to bed. When she went to bed, at around 3 o'clock, moved into her bed. He was cold and heavy. He has Lyme disease. He got an allergy shot yesterday. He might have taken a gummy, THC gummy last night. So, but other than that, just Lyme disease.
I already have dispensable dicks.
It's probably gonna be bigger since he's here.
I don't know. Probably the oncologist.
I don't understand. Like, he wasn't safe. Like, he... Did you tell someone to come here? I remember.
You want K32? What's my case number? Gubby. Yeah, firm. And the complaint's going to be the wife, first name of Kouri.
need to lock the sound.
Scott, pause there for a minute. Thank you, sir. Scott, don't change anything for a minute, please.
Sorry, one more time, Your Honor.
Yeah, don't change anything for a moment. Let me see if I can fix this from my end. Scott, can you go back 5 or 10 seconds and test sound for me?
We're good. We're just waiting for our ME, OME, and our detective to show.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he had an aneurysm or something with all the blood. There's a lot of blood for some unknown reason.
Were you first on scene?
We were second. The fire guy was here before us.
And there was blood before they...
A little bit coming out as soon as we start doing compressions with the Lucas. It's when the blood came out. So.
Okay.
I don't know.
No pulse or anything?
No, he was cold. I think he'd been down a while. Not a long time, but he'd been down a minute. He was nice and slow the whole time, so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, bummer. Pretty young.
Yeah.
Maybe took some gummies.
Yeah, that's what she said.
That's what she said. And then the hydrocodone. I think there was hydrocodone or something.
It was
96 or something.
2016.
2016, yeah. Pretty old.
Did he take that?
We don't know. It was sitting there, though.
It's in the drawer right there.
There's something.
It
What
is.
is this right here? Is that it? What he's taking for Lyme disease?
Yeah.
Now checks them.
Sergeant just looked at it and said it was filled in 2016.
Yeah, that one.
Is that under his name? I think he sleeps on that side of the bed, though.
What's that?
I don't know.
That might be hers. Is it in
It's
his
his.
name? Oh, it's his. Okay. But it's empty, right? Or something?
Yeah.
Maybe we gave him Bodycam. That would have, if you would, search by line there.
And then you arrived, he was already on the floor, right?
Yeah, she had pulled him down to the floor.
Kouri? I'm going to need to ask you some questions real quick, okay? Has he ever been in the military?
No.
No. Does he use tobacco?
No.
No. And what does he do for a living?
He owns a stonemason company.
And then when you discovered him, was he on the bed? Yes.
He was just laying on his side like normal.
Okay.
I just thought he was cold. It was cold in there, so I put the blanket on him.
Yeah.
But his body just felt like heavy, and
And which way was he facing? Was he facing towards,
no, he was just up, just facing up.
Oh, so he's laying on his back?
Facing on his
Okay.
back.
And then did you pull him to the ground?
Yeah, that's what the lady on the phone told me to do,
Okay.
was to take the sheet and pull the sheet
Okay.
to the ground so I could do CPR.
Okay. What's his highest level of education?
It's a bachelor's degree.
Okay.
My husband's active. He didn't just die in his sleep. This is insane.
Any mental health conditions? No. Okay. How about any suicidal history? No.
Never.
Okay.
No.
Has he been seen by a doctor in the last 30 days?
No.
Okay. Has any prescriptions been filled in the last 30 days? No. Has he had a history of falling or anything? No. Any history of prescription abuse? No.
I mean, when he was in high school and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Pain pills, I think.
Or maybe a reaction to his shots yesterday.
He just said he didn't feel good from them. Like,
He didn't look good last night.
he looked pale last night. And I asked if you were okay. And he said, yeah. But he was saying his chest was hurting. But
Kouri Richins there. Do you believe her? Let us know on social media. Coming up, more unaired body camera video of this defendant, Kouri Richins, moments after she was told that her husband is dead. This is Court TV Live, your front row seat to justice.
Eric was one of the most likable people. I'm sorry, guys. Okay.
There are keys if you'd like.
Okay. So, he was one of... Sorry, I'm trying so hard. He was one of the most likable people you've ever met. So, Eric was the kind of person that loved everyone. It did not matter who you were, where you came from, where he met you. Everyone thought they were his best friend. If you talked to him, they all said, I'm Eric's best friend, because that's the way Eric made you feel.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Matt Johnson in today for Julie Grant. We are just a half an hour away from more live testimony in the Kouri Richins murder trial. The Utah mom accused of killing her husband Eric by poisoning him to death and then writing a children's grief book about it. As we wait for court to begin on day 2, we are watching some unaired body camera video from the night in question.
Does he have any history of illicit drug use or anything in the past year?
No, never.
Okay. Do you have the phone number to Herb, his doctor? I can't.
I don't know yet. We'll see when you get there.
I don't. It's just like the Park City Family Clinic, Family Hospital, or...
Yeah, I can look it up.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
Who told the boys? Carter said a cop told them. Why would you tell a child?
No, they shouldn't have told him. I asked everyone not to tell him.
They all know. They told me.
How do they know?
Carter told me, a cop told me.
Would they have told him?
No, I wouldn't be.
We were in there, so we were maybe a fire
Do they
department.
know?
Maybe they, yeah.
Oh my freaking God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.
That number just kept ringing this morning, and I'm like,
Yeah, because we couldn't find her phone.
I thought somebody called from his cell phone, and then when you Google it, it says it's a spoof number. I'm like, what? I'm gonna go up here to these people.
Mom, is the door closed to my room?
Yeah.
Yes, we.
They won't let me in. Is he still in there?
So I'll explain to you what the process is right now. Because he was in good health and his age and everything like that. Okay, our medical examiner is going to come and do their investigation real quick, and then also our detective, just to make sure that everything's documented, correctly. And then from there, they'll explain to you what's going to happen. Most likely, what I'm thinking, because he has no serious health problems or anything like that. His age, most likely, they're going to take his body to the
Oh my God.
medical examiner's office just to make sure that, there wasn't anything else.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions for me right now?
No. He had allergy shots yesterday.
Yeah, and that's what she was saying.
Last night when I was here.
What kind of allergy shots? Do you know?
He gets weekly shots.
Him and his boy get weekly shots.
So they're both just feeling good.
Like seasonal allergies?
Yeah.
Okay, season. And where was that at?
Park City.
Park City.
Family Medical?
No. Jeremy Ranch, Granger Medical.
Granger, okay.
Oh, God.
I did. They're all watching TV. I said, you guys gotta go back to sleep. It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Cam?
Yeah. I need to go over there and sell it to get the van keys.
Okay.
So, leave this here with you.
Yep.
We don't know. We went to bed.
Hey, Clint, here, he's gonna help. Where are my boys?
The kids are in there.
This is his sister. Where's my brother?
He's in this room.
No. Do I see my brother? Can't see him. Baby.
Kouri, is there a way we could relocate your boys upstairs?
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of traffic.
Yeah, I'll tell her now. What? Wait, come on. Come on. Come on. See you too. Oh, come on. Come on, Bob. They want all the kids upstairs. I love you so much. Come on, my sweetheart. Come on, sweetheart. Come on.
We're good now. I could explain to her if you want to go.
I think I miss everything. Chris, Will, everything. I miss power of attorney. I miss everything.
And we don't have to
Go
worry
upstairs.
about that kind of stuff right now.
Upstairs with the boys. Go upstairs with the boys. Okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's all natural, okay? Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Okay. I gotta breathe. Oh my God, I gotta breathe. I just talked to him like a couple hours ago. You just woke up and he wasn't breathing?
I went to bed. I went back to bed because I'm a nightmares. So I went back in our room and I was breathing. And I just turned over to cuddle him, and his body was just so cold.
He's been gone a while.
So the only information I know from what the medical staff that was here is he was cold to the touch, okay, and it seemed like he was down for a while.
We went to bed. He was fine at 9:30. I mean, that's when I went to the bedroom with Ashton. I mean, so unless he went, like, I didn't hear anything. He didn't yell. He didn't say anything was wrong. Nothing happened. Like, nothing happened. Oh my God, this is not real. Nothing happened. Like I didn't hear anything. And right across the room, like if he was in pain, why didn't he yell?
And pause it there. Let's bring back my guest for this hour, here to discuss former prosecutor Randolph Rice. Okay, are we seeing a difference now? Are we seeing why perhaps this is being played to this jury in Utah? The difference between collapsing Katie and appearing crying Kouri?
I do think so. And I think this is also establishing some things that they're going to be asking other witnesses about. For example, I wonder if it's normal for her to go and sleep in her children's bedroom at night. Had she ever done that before? Because if she hadn't, that is very suspicious. And obviously this is going to establish the fact that she did that night.
You know, I agree with you, and I want to know the answer to that, but I also am thinking, are these crocodile tears, or, as Julie Grant would say, the normal host of this show, pants on fire for Kouri?
It does seem a little bit like crocodile tears. And, you know, Matt, like you said earlier, you know, she's cloaked in the presumption of innocence. But isn't it amazing to think that we are now watching somebody who is potentially realizing that she murdered her husband, that it worked, what she tried to do worked, and now she has to play with the family like she is sad. And like you said, the crocodile tears are coming out.
Well, you know, and then also I'm noticing she keeps inserting herself in the situation. She's not up with her children, which is what you brought up. She's there with the body, interacting with the body that she said was cold to touch, instead of being with her children, getting them safe. And then she inserts herself with collapsing Katie at the front door.
Yeah, I mean, this may be her decision to try to keep herself as close as possible to the body so she can hear any of the police officers' comments. When the medical examiner gets there, maybe she can hear what they have to say, so that her story is consistent with their findings at the scene.
It's just a tragic situation. You see the brother-in-law carrying the kids upstairs, and, you know, no matter which way this goes, it's just a loss for that family. Our hearts go out to them. Randolph, you're going to be sticking with us. Coming up, more body camera video of defendant Kouri Richins moments after her husband Eric had passed.
This is the story of the Richins. Eric, a father of 3, met an untimely end. And Kouri, his widow, wrote a children's book on grief.
She's also charged now with his murder.
He was faced with betrayal and terror.
I know her innocence.
Is their story a tragic romance?
Or a twisted tale of grief?
The truth will come out.
The Grief Author Murder Trial. Live coverage weekday mornings, 8, 7 Central on Court TV.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Matt Johnson. So live testimony in the murder trial for Kouri Richins resumes next hour. The Utah mom is accused of killing her husband Eric back in 2022. As we wait for the judge to take the bench there, let's get you caught up on some body camera video of this defendant.
It sounds like he wasn't. I know, but why? I mean, I'm such a light sleeper. I could have heard anything. I just could have heard anything if he just said Kouri, like I would have. He was so cool. He was so cool. I almost my brother. I go talk to my boss in the there and he goes to hell and Wait, I'm here for you though. Okay? We can make it through this somehow. I don't know if we're gonna make it. I don't know. Jesus, funny with those boys. That's you for those boys. Okay? It doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem real. No, it doesn't. This is real. So I probably need to go. I can't see your back. I can't talk to you. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. This is. Okay, so what do we just have to look it up? What do we have to do?
What's that?
Is there anything that we need to do?
So we're just going to document some. So there's some protocols we have to document. Like I explained to them, the next thing is our detective and our medical examiner is going to respond to the location.
Okay.
They're going to do their investigation and document everything.
Okay.
And then most likely, because of his age, his health and everything else,
We have to do an autopsy.
most likely. But that's their
I think I get done.
that's their field, not ours. So for us, our thing is now we have to just secure the scene until they get here, and then once it's released, it's up to them. And then most likely you guys will be able to,
I told the guy that.
Okay,
I said
I
he
think
took a
we
couple
want him
before we went to
to
bed, but then
to the funeral home in Morgan.
okay. And that's something you get to talk to our medical examiner about.
I mean, they take so long time. I don't know. Seriously, we were just laughing and joking. And last time we talked about tomorrow, we were celebrating. We were just celebrating you by the phone for tomorrow. For what?
That's what was going to be. I said, I made her go over there yesterday. We were so excited.
I know.
He said his chest hurt.
I know. And then he's like, well, let's have a drink and then let's go to bed. Like, okay. So we did, and then that was it. Good night, I love you. Good night, I love you. That was lovely. Yes, good night, I love you. It was so cold. It just was so cold.
Still with us, my attorney guest, Randolph Rice. All right, Randolph, so this goes on for quite some time before this jury on day one of the trial. You know, in a lot of times, like, the jury doesn't see the whole thing, right? Like, it's stipulated to this part and this part. What sticks out to you? Why is this being played in its entirety for this jury?
Well, I think a lot of what we talked about earlier, which was the crocodile tears of this strange reaction to this. But I picked up on something in that last clip we said here when she was talking to Kouri Richins. She said, "I can't talk to your dad right now," which is a very interesting statement. That why wouldn't you be able to speak to your husband's father? Was there a fear? Was the fact that she was going to get grilled by him? And maybe this is something that's going to come out later in the trial.
Yeah, you know, that's a really great point, and that's something to watch for. What else are you going to be watching for? Today's only day two. We've been through some powerful testimony already.
Yeah, I'm assuming at this point we're probably going to see a couple more investigating officers that were at the scene. Then we're going to hear a medical examiner who investigated the body there, took the body back. We're going to hear, obviously, the testimony from the autopsy, any type of drug testing that they did. So it's going to be a very interesting next couple of days for the prosecution.
How do you think this defendant is presenting in court?
Oh, Matt, you know, that's a good question. You know, she's been very cold. Here was one observation, and I thought I saw yesterday, was that the father, he seemed to be inconsolable while watching the video, yet she had no emotion whatsoever. So I found that to be very interesting behavior on her part, that she's not more upset. She's not more sad about this whole series of events.
Well, maybe she's watching in jail right now, and maybe we'll see some of those tears. Randolph Rice, we know that you have to get to court. Thank you so much for being on the program. Coming up next, testimony. More testimony expected next hour in the Kouri Richins murder trial. You're watching Court TV Live, your front row seat to justice. Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Matt Johnson in today for Julie Grant. Thanks for being with us. Big day here at Court TV. Day 2 of this big trial in Utah, where defendant Kouri Richins is accused of killing her husband, Eric. The motive? Millions of dollars in insurance money, according to prosecutors. The defense says that she is being framed, however, by her in-laws. As we wait for testimony to resume, we have a lot of unaired testimony from yesterday, day 1, including that body camera footage of this defendant. Let's watch.
Is there any, like, animals that sleep in the bedroom with him?
Yeah, my dog.
The dog on the bed with him?
Most of the time. He's like a 10-pound, like little floofy.
Okay, was he...
With Eric every day.
Was he on the bed when you came in?
Was he on the bed?
No, he wasn't in there when I came in.
Okay.
Your dad on the way, Katie? I don't
know. He called me, and I just like screamed, and everyone woke up, and then we're here. I don't think he can even function, Corey. I'm trying to find someone to go with. Oh, my dad's almost here. Oh my God!
I can't tell him, Katie. I can't even.
I'll do it.
I don't. It's fine. He was fine.
I'll do it. My sister's almost here.
Can you just please explain to them the process?
Yeah.
That they can't pass the threshold until it's really...
What you're doing? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Was that what you're doing, Steve?
Okay. Yeah, I thought you were like seeing if I was gonna pass out or something.
No,
and
that too, you know.
I'm so shaky. I think I'm gonna stay sitting until I will go.
Why do you have that stuff on his nose? It was like, what is that?
So, like I said, I'm not a medical personnel person, but what the ambulance said was he did have blood in his mouth.
I saw all the blood.
So, you know, they don't know. It might have been an aneurysm. They don't know.
His dad has blood clots. I mean, he had blood in the stuff. It was like, looked like snot or something.
Yeah, because when they do the CPR, it gets the blood flowing and it gets moving. And if it's not pumping, it'll...
Oh my God.
I gotta go.
When I was trying to just do the chest compressions, it just...
So Kouri, does he have any other medications except for that?
He has high cholesterol.
Where would he keep his medication?
Our house, not for that. Our house cleaner just cleaned I can't find where she put anything. But he doesn't take his Lyme disease doctor just is weaning him off of his Lyme disease medication, so he's just taking vitamins for that. It gave him something like for the pain because it causes him to, it just burns his body, so he has pain medicine. And
Is it that green bottle?
I honest to God don't know. I don't know. That was the one I found in his bag that he just took to St. George because we just went to St. George. I would assume that's that, but that looked old to me. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry.
So Deputy Wayne, I want to show you a couple other exhibits. They'll pop up on your screen there and we'll kind of move through them. So first we'll do exhibit 1-4S1. And let's do 1-4S2. I'll ask you all the same questions about these. 1-4S3. 1-4S4. And 1-4S5.